Okay. So, what you saying? Well, I picked up on what you say, Allah, when you start speaking about Allah. So, I take it that you found religion while you were incarcerated.
Yeah, actually, 1988, when I went back to the city jail, uh, I met a brother, very good brother, studious brother. I used to watch him all the time. And I like this brother Kurt. I like when this brother act like a no nonsense type person. So we got rapping. Man, what are you? He said, Muslim. I said, what kind of Muslim? He said, Sunni Muslim. So he explained to me what the Sunni Muslim was, and I started listening to him, and I was talking to other brothers that was there, and he was saying, yeah, man, all you have to do is call the Shahada. Just take your Shahada, which, the declaration of faith coming to Islam. And I was so impressed with what the brothers was doing, how they was carrying something and so well developed in mannerism and humbleness. I said, man, I want to do that. I want to be one of them. And I did it in 1988. So 1988, I took my Shahada, and I've been on it ever since. It actually allowed for me to change my mindset about how I want to live my life, the way I want to live it, the things I do, the things I don't want to do, things I just refuse to do, because it puts that balance there. Everybody finds something that gives them that inspiration to want to be better, or to, challenge yourself to be more of a conscious person. For me, that was it for me. It was the religious aspects that allowed for me to become a better man, a better son, a better father, a better brother, a better uncle. It allowed for me to do that, a better thinker. So these things allow for me to become what I am today. And I'm still growing. I still have room for improvement. I'm not perfect. And I don't know no one in this world that is perfect, but I still have room for growth and development. So that's what I'm still working on today. And every day is a challenge, because I fight myself every day to not to do wrong. Because it's there out there for you. But it's up to you to make these conscious decisions when you become a person who motivates his or her thoughts and patterns based upon where you're at in your life and how you see it.
Okay, yeah, I totally agree. So, I mean, it's that's really deep. I was sitting over here and I was thinking. So by the time before you were even 20, you had already faced almost 200 years.
Mm.
By the time you were 20.
Mm. Yeah, when I got to Delaware, I did a bunch of crazy stuff, and again, I was a juvenile, and people was telling me to give me 240 years, um, because of the stuff that I did when I was down there. But at the end of the day, because people was telling on us, doing all kinds of stuff, we shook the city up. It's very small in Delaware. It's very small down there. So we shook them up really bad. So, we come down there and think we doing something, come on back home, whatever. But it shook the city, and they wasn't playing with us. When they finally caught us, they weren't playing with us, and they showed us. Said, you won't come out here and do this? He would great smack you with this. But again, I didn't get that. Thank God I didn't get that. And you know, it was a learning experience for me to be in another city, another state. No family was down there. Uh, just one person I knew was my rap buddy, and the other one was from down there. You figure it out. I went to one jail. They sent him to another jail. The other one, he went to another jail. So all of us was in different jails. So you figure it out. You had to figure out what you had to stand on and who you was. Real simple. And no matter where I went at, I stood up and represented who I was as a man. I realized and understood that Here's your trying times right here. This is your new environment. Adapt to it. Adapt to your new environment. You know, that 240 years was right in my face, but thank God I didn't get it.
So that's a testament for a lot of young guys out here that's out here and they doing this and they doing that, but a lot of them, majority of the time, don't know the time that's associated with the actual crime that they're actually participating in. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that would it if a lot of them actually had people that actually break it down to them. Or every time you do this, every time you do that, this would come with it, that would come with it. You know what I mean? Because a person will tell you to go somewhere and do something, the only thing they're thinking about is y'all making out. Y'all gonna get away with it. He ain't telling you, oh, come on with me, and if things go left, you're gonna get 50. You know what I mean? Let's go take this. Let's go take this $1,000. But if it go left, you're gonna get 50 years. You know. But see, I know for a fact. You know, cause I know about all your. You know what I mean? All your stuff. So I already know that the story is crazy. The story itself is crazy, but the 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 turnaround, the turnaround and the growth after all that was over with. You know what I mean? The way you when you came home, I could see that you had changed from the day you came home. Actually, before you would actually came home, when you was in the halfway house, you know, just talking. You know what I mean? I could tell that there was a change or whatever, and that you was, you know what I mean, actually ready to, or basically not ready, but tired of all that negative stuff or whatever. When as though you wasn't trying to give the state no more in your life. You know what I mean? So just with that all being said, when you came home, by the time you came home off of that last charge, you had probably already given the state half of your life. You know what I mean? You had already given the Department of Corrections half of your life. You know what I mean? So since you have been home, what were the type of things that kept you on that straight and narrow? You know, helped you, you know, navigate the pitfalls or whatever.
Well, I'm gonna say this before I even get to what you just asked me, because you know it's like being a boxer, and you know you got a fight coming up, and you study this tape of your opponent, so you know how he's swinging, when he's losing his pivot off. You learn all this stuff about this fighter, and then you build your defense and offense off of that, which means you are preparing yourself for something that you're looking forward to. That preparation that I realized that I was preparing myself for was while I was there. I understood that I had to get myself ready before I got to that door. And when I got to the door, I called my brother-in-law. I said, man, look, they get ready to release me. But before I called them, I sat on a step on Greenland Avenue and Edgar Street. about 2 hours on that Chinese store step, just sitting there by myself and thinking about it's reality now. What you gonna do? Now you have to put all this into practice. So I had to do some soul searching real quick. In a matter of 2 hours, had to be quick with it. Made a phone call. He came and got me. Got home. Now here's a real test. You said you did all this while you was there. You ran these groups. You taught communication. You taught conflict resolution. You taught community building. Now what you gonna do with this while you out here? Many days, and I'm being 100 with myself. Many days, every day fighting myself. Every day I woke up, because to the guys that were still out there, that came back out before me and came back in, came back out, they was back out there doing that. Oh, I'm glad you home, blah blah blah. Oh my man, I'm glad you home. I was like, yeah, you glad I'm home. But I didn't get nothing from there one of them the whole time I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the other part of it is that they want to offer me what they was doing. I didn't want that no more. What I wanted was to be able to go out and work, go to school, and become a better person and stick like that and stay that way. So I ground myself. First of all, I had a family that was very, very supportive my whole entire bit. So when I came home, I had a foundation that I always stand on. So I stood back on my foundation. That was the first strong point for me. Next point was I went to the masjid. I went to where I said I wanted to be so badly. I went to praise Allah. And I surrounded myself with brothers that was doing the right thing, because as long as you're around brothers that's doing the right thing, if you going astray, they're going to pull you back to the right. All my friends, if I go astray, they pull me back. If they go astray, I pull them back. They say, well, how can you help your friend? You say when he's doing right, you encourage him to do more. When he's doing wrong, you pull him away from it. And this is the thing that I live with. I live with the reality of life that anybody that loves you is going to keep you in the right direction to pull you and going to check you. Even if you get mad at them, because they know that you're doing the wrong thing. And for me, I had to clearly understand and accept that for those who I look in their face and say I love them. Because I don't take that word love too soft, because that word love, them 4 letters, you try to play with them that word love, even though it's a 4-letter word, that word have caused people to end their lives. It have destroyed civilizations. It even can reach the moon, and you can be here on this earth. And you say, man, I miss my uncle. He's up in the moon in that spaceship. They making rounds, walking around the earth. No matter, it travels. That word love. So you have to be careful how you use it and understand the effect and everything in which that it carries with it. So when I use it and I tell somebody that, I do it from the heart. I don't do it from the lips. I do it from the heart. And to be able to be in this room of people that had your back, that have your back, that got your back, you have to know who they are. And if you clearly understand it and you clearly see them, trust me, you know you're good. My whole dynamics from going from this point to this point was very great, because again, I had a foundation. And then with that foundation, again, my hardest thing, my first 6 months of being home, first 6 months, I got a job. Everybody out there hustling, bustling. They got the name brand, $5 shoes, tennis shoes, whips. I got the regular stuff. I couldn't afford that because I had a regular job. I couldn't afford that. So I asked myself a question. You want to be like them, or do you want to be the changed person? And many nights that I went back in the house by myself, I cried. And it's a reality. Like, I had to fight myself every day of not to go back out there because I want to be with them with the money in my pocket, had expensive stuff. I had to give all that up because I realized I wanted my freedom. And when I'm talking about freedom, I'm not talking about just being here on the streets, because people that be on the streets, some of them are still mentally enslaved. Some are physically still enslaved. Because when you lock yourself in a box and that's all you can do, then you put yourself in a captivity. So I had to fight myself every day, and I say this constantly, even right now today. 19 years of being home on these streets right now. And I have not got a charge, no trouble, nothing. Only because I realized two things. I have my family who love me dearly, and I fear of dying doing anything wrong that I know I can't come or return back from. I fear that. It's not that I fear the person, I fear myself. So I check myself. I keep myself in check so I don't have to worry about the next man doing it. Oh man, I don't have to worry about that because I keep my own self in check. Yeah, you're gonna run up to some things, but sometimes you have to put on your learn how to back pedal and you know what? Before man, brother, my bad. I apologize, brother. I don't man, we good. Because it's not a tug of war, it's not a fight. If a word have disturbed your feelings and I can figure out a word to make your feelings get back in order before we go to blows, then I'm gonna do that. It don't mean it don't make you weak. It just means that you're a wise man. It means that you somebody now that can use your words and use your mind and your wisdom to combat or try to stop anything from happening that's gonna cause you any kind of long-term drama. Who wants that? Not me. I don't. That the foolishness. I did it. I lived it. Now it's time for me to learn. I'm closer to the end than I am to the beginning. I'm getting closer every day that I wake up. I'm getting closer to my end. And that's for every last one of us. Every day we wake up, we're getting closer to our ending. So again, what part are you going to play? I want to live mine out here. And I want to show people that you can do what I've done. Because what I've done, I made a whole 360-degree turn. I know I was I was a walking monster. I was a monster. And anybody know me tell you I wasn't no okay, well he was just one of these little, I wasn't a goody two shoes. I was a monster. And I'm not putting everything that I've done out there because it's really not about that. But I know who I was and I know who I am today. Today, the person that you want to embrace, the person that you want to speak to, the person that you want to learn how to love, I done did all the foolishness. Now it's time to live a better life. It's time for me to be a pillow in my community. So people say, man, I like that brother right there. That brother, man, he's trustworthy. That brother respectful. I like how he conduct himself. And it's not for showboating. It's for me, for my life. It's for me. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. And I got all these roles to play. And all these people that I'm playing these roles with, I got to show them the best in me. They got to see the best in me. And it's not to impress them. It's just showing like, man, look how my uncle turned out. He was gone for a long period of time, but look at him now. Look at my uncle now. Because at the end of the day, every last one of us want to live. Every last one of us, from my niece, from my grandbaby, from every last one of us want to live. We don't want the drama for real, man. We want to live. We all want to live. Because if you don't, then I'm pretty sure we can find many things for you to do just to go to sleep and don't get back up. But that's not what we trying to do. We want to live. And when you find something to live for, then you'll find that happiness, man, and peacefulness in your heart. Because now you realize I need to open my eyes up for that thing and that person. And I have that today. I have it. A lot of people, we haven't locked into that. But when you can lock into that, you'll finally realize, man, this is the true freedom of life. This is the true freedom of life. Because one day, he's not going to be here. One day, I'm not going to be here. So who going to tell a story then? Who going to tell a story then? This story is about a real life situation that happened, real life people that lived their life. But the thing is, what did you get out of it? was the outcome? What was the outcome? I want a positive outcome because at the end of the day, for me, who wins? If you go back to the system and you look at this, the lawyer get paid, the bail bonds get paid, the system get paid. What your family get? Your family get to pay bills. What you get? You get to be a new modernized slave for a system that don't care nothing about you. So what? Who wins? We don't. Everybody else, like this name, win except for us. So do you want to become that new modernized slave in a system that's already designed to put you in, to put you back in a slavery state of mind, slavery state of being? Or do you want to become a free man to be able to use your mind, thoughts, and process your true identity and change who you are so you can see the real you?